All right. So today we wanted to talk with you guys about calling leads. So calling network marketing leads, right? So first of all, where can we get these leads from, right? So there's loads of companies that actually sell network marketing leads. Those companies will go online and they will put adverts on a bunch of different websites like, Gumtree, Advert, and like Total Jobs, Indeed, and things like that. And they will gather those leads all around the country and then sell them to network marketing companies. Now, there's a bunch of companies that do that. If you go on Google, you'll find some. Some are better, some are worse, etc. It really doesn't, that doesn't make very big difference. One thing that you have to keep in mind that those leads that you buy, usually they sold to a variety of network marketing companies. So that means if you bought a lead for FM World, it doesn't mean that that lead will only be sold to you. That lead will also be sold to other network marketing companies, right? So they will not sell usually the same leads to people in your company, but they can sell the same lead to other companies. So, don't be surprised if you call the person and they'll go, oh yeah, I've spoken already to somebody about, home-based business opportunity, because they might have been sold to a couple of different companies. But it's okay, actually, because if you do this properly, then you will stand out anyway, right? Because you're not going to be salesy, you're not going to be pushy, you're not going to be whatever, you're going to be really professional, and that's why you're going to stand out. And our company is the best anyway, so so it's absolutely fine.
And I would like to add, even we spoke to some company, even maybe sign up into another company. It doesn't mean that they could not join you. Maybe after conversation with you, they will you become more likable and they will join your company, because that is about people. If people desperate, maybe they taking opportunity what's gone on their way. But later, if we're open-minded, they listen to us. And if we are not too much pushy, we are a bit pushy, but not too much. Yes, if we're talking nicely, sometimes they can be our distributor.
Absolutely.
Okay. We don't need to wait too long. We need to respond to that advert as soon as possible. But again, even later, it's still not bad.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, guys, just write them down and we'll open up the mics later on, so that it's not part of the recording, Okay, so like I personally buy leads, for example, from a company called Advert Anywhere. Again, if you go on Google, just Google advertanywhere.com, I think, and they'll come up. They do a variety of different leads, like postcode leads. So you get people from your postcode. They do, things particular, advert, or sometimes they just do like batches of leads. So sometimes you can buy a bit older leads, but like 100 leads in one go, so this way, if you want to just really crack on and keep calling loads of people, then you might want of those, because like postcode leads, they're sort of dripping as people are applying, so they're real-time leads. So you have different varieties and different costs, etc. Again, you shouldn't just rely on leads, just doing business out of leads. You should also obviously be working on social media, but that's for another training. You should also be approaching people, out there in the real world, when you meet people, etc. So that should be just one of your strategies. You shouldn't just use leads, right? Because again, the quality of those leads, it's, again, it depends. So what we need to understand with leads, first of all, is how the whole process of calling leads should happen. So personally, I put like 3 steps. So first step, when you call the lead, you first of all need to check if they're still open, right? So because if you bought a lead that's a bit older or whatever, you don't know if they're still looking, you don't know if they're still open. So you want to make sure that they are still open, right? So that's the first thing you want to check. And I'll tell you exactly what I say when I call a lead. Second step, you need to send them to a tool. So that can be a video, or if you're doing a local business opportunity presentation, but 9 times out of 10 is going to be a video presentation that you need to send them to, right? Don't ever try to explain the business by yourself over the phone. Because one, it's super hard to explain somebody over the phone when you can't even see the person, because you don't know if they're paying attention or not or whatever. And secondly, it's not duplicatable. Because even if you spend half an hour doing a fantastic presentation over the phone, that person who is listening to you over the phone, they'll think, I could never do that, because that's just too complicated. So make sure that you always send them to a video or another tool. Now, if you go, oh, which video I send them to, again, there's a bunch of different opportunity videos.
Exactly.
If you don't have a FM business opportunity video, just give me a message. I'll send you one couple actually that you can use, and you can choose which one you like the best, etc. So then you send them to a tool. And finally, on that first call, you want to arrange a follow-up. Do not ever call somebody and go, hey, so I'm sending you a video, have a look at it, and, give me a call back when you watched it. Right? You don't want to do that, because 9 people out of 10 will never call you back. So you want to make sure that you arrange a follow-up, right? So this is how I would call somebody, right? So I can see Fabi here, so I'll call Fabi, right? So I'll call Fabi, ring, ring, Fabi answers, and I'll go, hi, is this Fabi? Right? So I'll use first name. I will not go, is this Mrs. Smith, right? I don't want to sound like a PPI salesman, right? So I'll go, hey, is this Fabi, right? Because if I'm on a first name basis, like I might be like a friend of a friend or something like that, right? So she'll go, yeah, who's this, right? And I go, this is Gediminas from FM World. You responded to an advertisement of ours about working from home, right? So I want to make sure that I put them on a spot. It's like you've asked me to call, right? So you've responded to an advertisement of ours about working from home, right? So that's why I'm calling, basically. Are you still open, right? Are you still looking to earn extra income from home, right? And if they go, yeah, I am, then I go, are you looking for a full-time job, or are you looking for an extra income, right? Because again, sometimes you'll get leads who basically people who just apply to every single job ad on the internet, and they basically actually looking for a full-time job. They're not looking for a work from home opportunity, etc. And they're basically desperate to put money in their bank account today, right? And that person might not be the best prospect for your business sometimes, because they want like a hourly pay, blah, blah, blah. That's not what they're looking for, what you have to offer, right? So you want to make sure that they're looking for an extra income opportunity, not for a full-time job, right? So that's the next thing. And then I go, well, Fabi, I could try to explain you over phone, but it would be very difficult. So instead, what I'd like to do is send you a video that explains how people work with us in a much better way. Would it be okay with you if I send you a video? And 9 times out of 10, if they're interested, of course, they'll say, yeah, sure. And then because you have a lead details, you usually will have the telephone number and the email. I'll ask them, it's a YouTube video. Would you like me to send the link to your email or to your phone as a message, right? And if they say phone, I'll send to phone. If they say email, I'll send email. Because again, a lot of people, they don't use emails anymore. So don't just assume that they'll prefer email. And then just if they say email, just confirm their email, what you have on file, but usually it's correct. And then I'll say, great, so if I send you the video right away now, Fabi, when do you think you will be able to watch it? And I shut up. I don't go like, are you going to watch it tonight? Or are you going to watch it tomorrow? I'll just shut up. And I wait for them to answer. So they might go, well, right away, or whatever, right? Or tonight, or this weekend, or whatever, right? So whatever they tell, let's say they say to me, tonight, I'll watch it tonight. I'll go, great. So if I call you tomorrow morning, you would have watched it for sure by then, yes? And she will have to either go, yeah, I would have watched it for sure, or actually I might be busy tonight, maybe give me a day or two or whatever, right? So straight away you're gauging how committed they are. And then I go, great, so if I call you tomorrow, then what time would be best to call you tomorrow to follow up with you? And she might say, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Great. So I'm putting you down for 11 o'clock, Fabi. I'll give you a ring tomorrow, and then we can discuss it, right? And when I send
By the way, that is okay. But people who are really interested, they might be say you, I will watch it straight away. So, okay. So call me, just you can straight away call, or I can call you in an hour.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that personally, because that sounds a bit desperate. What instead I do, when I send them the link, I will say to them, as soon as you watch the video, feel free to give me a call back, and I give them my telephone number, because I don't want to sound too eager for them. Because think about it, how you come across. Think about your posture, right? So do you sound like you're desperate for this person to watch the video as soon as possible and to join? Or do you sound like a professional who's interviewing people, right? Because think when you apply for a normal job, they just go, can you come right away? Can we interview you right away? They don't say that, right? They say, okay, you can come for an interview on this day at this time, and we'll have a look if you're the right person for us, right? So you want to make sure that, even if they go, I'll watch it right away, you can then arrange a call. You can say, great. So then would it be okay if I call you in an hour or half an hour or whatever. But make sure that you arrange a call and you keep your posture, you know, that you are a professional, you're interviewing people and you're not available the whole day. Do not ever be on the phone and the person goes, well, you know, you can call me tomorrow, and you can go like, oh, I'm free the whole day. When would be the best for you, right? Don't ever do that, right? Because like if you call dentists, they don't go like, oh yeah, you know, anytime, mate, you can come in at any time. They'll tell you which appointments they have available, right? So even if your diary is empty for tomorrow, you make sure that you look busy. So say, okay, I could call you at 8:45, or I can call you at 10:15, which would be better for you, right? So you create the word in my head is illusion, but not illusion. You just create an impression that you're a professional, that you're busy, you have a lot of people, you know, who are looking at your business, who you're following up, etc. And this way, you know, you maintain that posture where you are choosing them, they're not choosing you, right? So that's my call. That's how I would call the person. And then you obviously follow up with them. So whether you arrange the call after 1 hour, or you arrange the call tonight, or you arrange the call tomorrow at whatever time, when you follow up with them, there's a big chance that they will not answer, right? If they answer, awesome. You just go, hey, Fabi, you know, this is Gedimina, just following up from yesterday. You know, what did you like the best from the video that I sent you? And then you go into that. Now, if they say, I haven't watched the video, then again, you have to keep the posture. So instead of going, oh, so when can you watch the video then, right? You go, okay, Fabi, I have actually a lot of people who did watch the video, so I have to follow up with them. But when you watch the video, feel free to give me a call back, right? So basically, you're giving them, again, an impression that you have a lot of other people who actually watched the video, who did what you asked them to do, and you have to prioritize your time with those people, right? So you leave them hanging, right? But if they watch the video, you go, great, what did you like the best? And then they say whatever they like the best. And one of the best questions that I've ever heard people use, I picked it up from Ray Higdon. He said, when the person says, well, I like the products and I like the business and I like the extra income opportunity, etc., he goes, great. It sounds to me like you're ready to join Fabi. And he shuts up. It doesn't say anything there. You don't break that silence. Be quiet, even if it's like for 5 minutes, right? You go, it sounds to me, Fabi, like you're ready to join them. And you shut up. And you're waiting for them either to say, yeah, or like, oh, no, whatever, right? So you want to gauge whether they're ready to join or not. And a lot of times they'll go, yeah, yeah, right? And then you just go into registration, you ask the details that you need to ask them to register, blah, 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 and you go ahead and register that person in the team, and then take it, you know, to your getting started process, right? However, a lot of people that you'll call, they will not answer when you're following up, right? So now you need to, like you don't have to, but I do what is called a free message sequence, right? So let's say I arrange with Fabi that I'll call her tomorrow at 10:15, right? And I call Fabi at 10:15 and she doesn't answer. So the first message will sound like that. Hey, Fabi, we had a call arranged for 10:15. Hope you're okay. Give me a call as soon as you can. And I'll hang up. So that's my first message. Then if she doesn't respond, 24 hours later, I'll call her once again. And I'll go, hey, Fabi, hope you're okay. We had a call arranged yesterday. I haven't heard back from you. If you changed your mind and you're no longer interested in this, that's absolutely cool. Just let me know, and you know, it'll save both of us time. So I'm giving her an out, right? If she's not interested anymore, I'd rather her just text me or say, hey, you know, I'm not interested anymore, whatever, don't bother, right? So I can cross her off my list and carry on focusing on people that I want to focus on, right? Again, I leave that message. And then if she doesn't respond to that message, another 24 hours later, so that's already 48 hours after the initial call, I'll give her the last third message. And I call her and I'll say, hey, Fabi, I've called you twice. I haven't heard back from you. So I will assume that you're no longer interested in earning extra income from home. And I'm taking you off my list and I will never follow up with you again, or I'll never call you about this opportunity again. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Bye for now. And I'll hang up, right? Now, this is called a fear of loss. People are afraid of losing things more than they desire to gain things, right? So when you say to a person that that's it, you've lost this opportunity, I'll never call you, you'll never get this chance again, very often, some of them will call you back. right? Saying, hey, you know, sorry, I didn't get back to you. They'll come up with some crap excuse why they didn't, you know, call you back, whatever. But they want the information. They want they want to get the opportunity, right? So those are the free message I use. And then after those free message, it's up to you. You can put them on like a monthly follow-up thing where you send them a message once in a while just to follow up on you know, if they open or they know somebody who might be open, etc. But I wouldn't be chasing them anymore every day. I'd focus on other leads basically. So that's the free messages that I use to follow up. Now, sometimes when you call a lead first time, they won't even answer the first time, right? So you could use the same free messages also when you're calling the lead for the first time, right? So if I'm calling a lead for the first time and they haven't answered, I could do the same free messages. I could go, hey, Irina, I'm calling you about work from home opportunity. You responded to an advertisement of ours. Give me a call as soon as you can. Then if she doesn't respond, I could do 24 hours later, go, hey, Irina, I called you yesterday, haven't heard back from you. Just let me know if you're no longer looking for a work from home opportunity and I won't bother you anymore. Hang up, right? And then if she hasn't responded again for 24 hours, I can call the third time and go, hey, Irina, I've left you 2 messages. It looks to me like you're no longer interested in earning extra income from home. So I'm crossing you off my list and I will never call you about this opportunity anymore. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Bye for now. Hang up, right? So that's, you can use the same free messages to follow up the person as well as at the beginning if the lead actually doesn't answer the phone when you're calling them at the beginning. Now, again, some people listen to the voicemails, some people don't listen to the voicemails. So what you can also do, in addition to leaving them a voicemail, to send the same thing as a text message too. Because I've had some success where I leave people voicemails, but I've had some success where I send people text messages. So you might as well, you know, save those free messages on your phone somewhere in the notes. So this way, if somebody doesn't answer, you just go, okay, first message, copy paste, and send them as a text message. If the next day, if they don't answer, you copy paste the second message and you send them, and so on. So this way, you sort of waterproofing it that, you know, if they don't listen to voicemail, they'll definitely read the text message and vice versa, right? So this way, you can get the maximum engagement and maximum response from your leads. Now, just a few questions that they might throw at you. Like some people might go, but what is it? You know, before you send me the video, what is it? Just tell me what is it, right? So the best thing for me personally, what I use, I go, look, I can't explain it over the phone. It's not going to make sense. But when you see the video, it will show you how everything works, right? So you'll be a lot more clearer and a lot more easier to understand than me trying to explain to you over the phone, right? So I'd basically do that. You know, I'd tell them that the video is gonna show them how the business works. And then some people might also ask you, so how much is it gonna cost me? How much is it gonna cost me to get started with your business? And again, one of the best responses is, hey, it may not cost you anything because this might not even be for you, right? So take a look at the video, see if this is actually a match for you, see if this is actually something you'd be interested in doing, and then we can discuss, you know, what you might want to, you know, get yourself, what sort of packages and things like that, right? But actually, it might not cost you anything, right? So again, it doesn't cost anything to look, right? So you make sure you deflate, because whatever the amount, if somebody asks you how much does it cost, it's not like, oh, I've been saving for 6 months and I have £3,000 ready, so I just want to check if that's enough or I need to save up some more, right? The reason why they're asking you how much does it cost is basically as an excuse not to do the business, right? So whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Whether it's £50 or it's £300 or it's £500, it doesn't matter. They're just going to go, oh yeah, I'm not interested or whatever, right? So you want to make sure, and obviously with our company, registration is free anyway. So it doesn't actually cost anything to join the business, right? And then later what they decide, if they decide to get products, if they decide to get sample kits, etc., it's entirely up to them, right? So it actually doesn't cost them anything anyway, right? So it's important that you keep that. And that's pretty much it. That's today's training. Does this make sense, guys? Let me just unmute you guys. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes.
I just think would be useful for everyone, because actually I'm not now calling like too much because I'm not doing adverts, but still communicate with people. But can you put in writing everything always so people could print?
No, they have the video, and they can this video is recorded, so they can just write it out from this video. Yeah. So we'll save this video, and then, you know, you can just write out those scripts that we just mentioned today. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you.
because you'll adjust them obviously to yourself and to how you talk, etc. So you don't need to use it letter for letter. You know, you can adjust them to how you want them to sound, etc. Right? But you get the principle. Yeah.
Cool.
About this recruitment, I could say, like maybe it's a different topic, but like, let's say, Gediminas, what we, when the lady called me yesterday, one lady put advert, like add me into friends on Facebook. She's Lithuanian and she is already in MLM company. Actually, she's basically from Oriflame. And I just tried to make friends. Oh, I'm not telling you, they say, send me, I want or not want. I said, oh, interesting, so nice to connect with you and talk. And later I tried to find what similarities between us. And during conversation, after like maybe 15 minutes, we became like best friends. We found so many things in common. And she even told, oh, my company maybe not allowed me to join another company, but I saw, for sure, my daughter-in-law, she could do business with you. So sometimes when you're talking like, what are we just want to rid off of you, when we just like answering, and maybe we were not looking. And if we're looking for something, try to become friends. Try to find something similarity with them. For me, that works always 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they can come out.
Yeah.
They're not stuck to Oriflame. They can come out.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's the idea what Irina was trying to say is about building a relationship. It's not about, we're not going to discuss other companies here.
We're not, fair enough.
Yeah, it's more about the fact that, it's about building relationships. So on the first call, when you're calling a lead, I wouldn't get into like their children's names and how, whatever their life history, because you don't even know if they're interested in your opportunity or not. So I would go for what is called quick disqualification. So you want to sort through the numbers as quick as possible, to find people who are actually interested in network marketing business. But once the person has watched the video and you do the second call, when you speak to them a second time, then absolutely, you need to try and, build as much relationship as you can with that person, so find out about what did they do in the past, what jobs they did. Maybe they did something similar before, like network marketing or another business, if you can find something that you can compliment them on, like, let's say I speak to my prospect Irina, and Irina goes, well, I used to work in insurance, and I can go, wow, Irina, because you used to work in insurance, I think you could do really, really well in our company too, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So then, of course, you need to build as much relationship as you can, because this person is potentially going to be a team member, and you want them to be, to have a rapport with them. But on the first call, when you're calling a cold lead, I wouldn't go into too much detail, because at that point, you don't even know if they're going to be interested in what you've got to offer or not. So yeah, but you can try different strategies and again, see what works for you.